Hey guys, it's me again here with a 90's kid tag video or tag slash survey video. Okay, and the first question is favorite TV show. My favorite TV show growing up in the 90's as a kid, I guess would have to be Boy Meets World. I don't know, I just love it and I still watch it till this day. It comes on early in the mornings and kind of a little bit before lunchtime, and I like to watch it. So yeah, I guess it would have to be Boy Meets World. Okay, and then number two is favorite toy. I guess it would have to be Barbies. Yeah, I guess yeah, Barbies. Just dolls in general. That was always, my favorite toys as a kid. Okay, number three, favorite commercial. Any commercial that was like a toy commercial. All the, I remember like nowadays they don't really have like too many, like how they did back then, toy commercials, like the Legos and all that stuff, and like the I guess now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, my favorite would have to be like the little they had like the bar, I think it was Barbie. It was like the little pink Jeep that like you could actually drive it, like, it was like kid sized, and it had like a motor and everything. Like they still have them nowadays, but I remember I used to love watching the commercial to that because I always wanted one of those. I thought it was so badass as a kid. Like it was like a little car for a kid and it was so cool. So I guess that would have to be my favorite commercial because every time it would come on I'd just be like, oh my god, I want that. So anyways, number four is NSync or Backstreet Boys. That's a hard one, you guys. That's a hard one. I actually cannot choose. I go with both. They were both cool back then. But I don't know. Honestly, I guess I would have to say maybe Backstreet Boys. I probably liked most of their songs more a little bit than NSYNC. NSYNC had, just probably maybe one or two songs that I didn't really enjoy as much, but Backstreet Boys I pretty much enjoyed all their songs. So I guess I would have to say Backstreet Boys. Okay, number five is weirdest fashion trend. I don't know, you guys. I guess it would have to be. I wouldn't really say that it's weird, but I used to get perms when I was younger to make my hair nice and curly. So I guess that wouldn't be considered weird, but I guess it's weird now because hardly anybody gets perms nowadays. I mean, nobody that I know, but I guess it would have to be that, perms. Like really big curly hair, I guess would be a weird trend. I don't know. You guys. Sorry about the camera there. Question number six is favorite collectibles. It would have to be either between Beanie Babies or the little peg. I think they're called, yeah, peg candy. Those little candy dispenser things. I remember I tried so hard to collect those. I would always go to 7-Eleven and I remember I had Snoopy, like all the Charlie Brown characters. Like I had like quite a bit of them. And then I had some Pokemon ones, yes, because I was a weird kid. So yeah, I guess that would have to be, yeah, Beanie Babies not really. I mean, I only had like very few. So I guess it would have to be the little peg candy thingy dispenser thingies where you take like the head part is the actual like character, whatever, and like you pull it back and then the little candy thingy, if you're a 90's person, you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so yeah. And then next question is favorite Beanie Baby. Honestly, I wasn't really too much into Beanie Babies. I would only really, the only Beanie Babies I had was because the ones that I got in my Happy Meal as a kid. So honestly, I mean, any Beanie Baby was actually my favorite one. Like I said, I only had like a few of them. But anywho, next question is how many Tamagotchis did you go through? Tamagotchis, I think, if my memory serves me right, yeah, those were like those little gigapet thingies or digital little thingies, whatever. Like usually they were like a little circle, you know, kind of like a really tiny little Game Boy sort of, and they had like the little keychain thingy, the ring. Yeah, whatchamacallit, I had quite a few of those. The ones I had, though, I don't think they were called the Tamagotchis or whatever. I think they were called Giga Pets or something like that. I remember I had the pet ones because I've always been an animal lover. So, yeah, I had like quite a few of those. I think probably 3 or so as a kid. I'm not sure. So, yeah, next question is 9. Favorite game console plus game. Game console would have to be Nintendo 64, and my favorite games are all the Mario games. Mario Kart, Super Mario, or I also like the, the Super Nintendo also with Super Mario the game, but on the 64 I would like to play Mario Kart, the Super Mario Brothers game thingy, whatever, like the Mario Adventures type of games, whatever, and then also Pokemon, because like I said, I was a weird kid. I was into Pokemon. I was like somewhat of a tomboyish when I was a kid. Go figure. So yeah. So yeah, anything Mario, Pokemon was my favorite as a kid. Another favorite console of mine was also the Game Boy. I had like 3 of them throughout my childhood. So yeah. Number 10 is favorite Disney Channel original movie. My favorite would have to be, I liked that movie Smart House. I don't know if any of y'all remember that, but it was about that house that was like built, like where that girl, whatever, like she comes alive, whatever, and she tries to trap them in the house, like the computer in the house. And like I thought it was so cool because like I always would love to live in a house like that, except for it trapping me. I wouldn't want it to do that. But you know, like the whole everything's like computerized and stuff like that, and you could just tell it like what you want, and it basically does it for you. Like I don't know, I just thought it was so cool as a kid, and that was like, I guess, like one of my favorite movies. I would always watch it because I was just like, how cool would it be to live in a house like that? But anyways, number 11 is favorite music artist. Honestly, I grew up listening to like Destiny's Child, so I guess it would have to be like Destiny's Child, TLC, you know, any girl, you know, like not band, but any girl group like that. What else? 3LW, like all the old school, you know, singers like that. Aaliyah. Not really, like these are all basically my favorite. I couldn't just pick one, so I'm just throwing out the ones that I would listen to. But yeah, number 12 is favorite Nick Jr. show. Nick Jr. Usually I was in school when that would come on, and like in the mornings when I wasn't at school, you best believe I was sleeping in, so I wasn't getting up too early. But I guess I used to love watching Franklin. That was like my favorite, the little turtle. I don't know, I was a nerd, sorry you guys, but yeah, I love to watch Franklin. And I guess what other shows? Little Bear. I used to love watching that show. Yeah. Whatchamacallit? Favorite candy? Well, my favorite candy, it's still to this day, is Reese's because I love peanut butter. But I guess my favorite candy from back then, like I said, would be like the collectibles that I collected, the little peg candies. So I guess that would be a candy from back then that they don't really have too much of nowadays, or not that I eat of any. I haven't ate that in like freaking years and years, but I guess it would be between that, just my Reese's, it still is my favorite, and the little peg candy thingies. Anyways, number 14, favorite game, board game, school game, etc. Well, my favorite board game was Monopoly. You know, as kids we would always cheat. We would sneak money. But yeah, and then my favorite game in school, I remember we used to play it a lot, was right before the bell would ring for us to leave home, like probably like the last 20 minutes or so, or 15 minutes of class, our teacher would always let us play whatchamacallit, thumbs up 7 up or something like that. Yeah, thumbs up 7 up. Yeah, and like you put your head down on your desk like that, and then like you just have your thumb up like that on the desk, and then whatchamacallit, like our teacher would pick like probably like 4 or 5 students, and they would go around, and if they touched your thumb, you have to put it down, and then at the end when they're all done picking somebody, you have to, everybody like gets up and or not gets up, but everybody looks up, you know, they stop putting their head down, and then you have to guess who picked you. And I used to love that game, especially because I knew that right after that we would get to go home. So yeah, I guess that was my favorite game in school. Number 15, favorite McDonald's Happy Meal toy. I used to love the like around Halloween time, they would give out the Halloween movies, like the VHS movies. I don't know if you've ever gotten that. And then also like the free little buckets, like for when you go trick-or-treating. Like I used to always love to go to McDonald's around Halloween time because they would always give away like the coolest stuff. So yeah, whatchamacallit, number 16 is favorite book. I used to love freaking reading the Babysitter's Club books. Like I had so many books of them, like a crap load. I'm not even kidding you. Like I think I read the whole freaking like series from beginning to end, I swear to you, because I had so many freaking Babysitter's Club books. And I used to like to watch the TV show also. Whatchamacallit, number 17, favorite clothing store. Well, unfortunately, like I mentioned earlier in the tag, but whatchamacallit, I was always the chunky kid, so clothing shopping as a kid in the 90s was not fun at all, because the only sizes that would fit me were like for older women. And you know, thankfully Lane Bryant and all that has gotten a lot better at making plus size clothing, you know, in younger people style, I guess you could say. But I remember back then it used to freaking suck, and I would hate to go clothing shopping. So I mean, my favorite clothing store back then would have to be, I guess, like Walmart, honestly, because I don't know, like clothes really wasn't even on my mind as a kid, because like I said, it just really sucked. It was that traumatic for me. I just never liked going clothing shopping as a kid. So yeah, I don't know really how to answer that question. There's really no answer to that question. So yeah, anyways, number 18 is, what would you watch when you'd get home from school? I would watch Boy Meets World, which was and still is my favorite TV show as a kid in the 90s. Whatchamacallit, yeah, I would come home and always be watching that. And what else? And then Kim Possible, I remember that used to come on. Like pretty much Disney Channel, like all through elementary. That's all I watched, was nothing but Disney Channel. And I watched it up until I was like about 12 or 13, I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then I kind of drifted off and I stopped watching it altogether. By the time I was like 13 going on 14, I had already just completely stopped watching it. But yeah, whatchamacallit, that's it for this tag video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Oh, and if you're watching this, go ahead and do this tag too if you feel like it. Go ahead. Bye.